Yo, we just changed the game with this one. Introducing AG number 2, the newest groundbreaking artificial intelligence software in the game. We got things like AI text generator, AI image generator, AI code generator, AI chat box, AI text to speech, and voiceover capabilities. Yes, it does coding. Yes, it does images. It literally does everything. Make sure you click the link at the top line of the description box. If you're a content creator, if you're an artist, if you're just a regular person that want to take your life to the next level, trust me, click that link at the top line. No, we got some stuff to talk about. The first thing is some sad news, man. Yet another rapper, Phat Geez, was killed in Philadelphia last night. Now, what makes it ironic about this is that he was a part of the anti-violence movement. You know, he had a song called "No Gun Zone," and at times, occasionally, he actually spoke up, about the violence that was going on in the city of Philadelphia. He was killed today, man. So condolences to that young brother. Samant, you got any words on that?
It's sad, man. It's
Yeah.
cliche as hell, but when you look
Right.
at a city in Philadelphia that is very close, damn near call it next door neighbors to us, it hits a little closer to home.
Right.
And when you know what's going on out there and the current violence that's plaguing that city, and the violence that's plagued that city for decades now, but the last 5 6 years, as this new generation and this new waves is ushered in, seems a lot more brutal, a lot more violent, a lot less rules, a lot just more wild, wild west, and you never know who it could be, and it
Right.
literally could be anybody, and that's the scary part. And where's the answers? What's the result? I mean, you look at some of the rappers that have been murdered. They ain't really been bad dudes. I mean, and we could sit here and argue up and down, but you look at a Nipsey, what he was trying to do for his community, a Dolph, what he was trying to do for the city of Memphis, a Takeoff, who really looked like he ain't never really bothered a soul. These were good brothers, you know what I'm saying, that were taken away viciously and seemingly for no reason. And now you add Phat Geez to the equation and may not be as a household name as the other three, but at the same time doing things for his community and trying to be a difference where it's needed. So it's just sad, bro. What else can I say?
Yeah, nah, and it's to me it digs deeper. It's hip hop culture, but it's like black culture.
Mm,
Now that at one point it's probably still true that you most likely to be killed by another black man than die from anything else.
yeah,
You know what I mean? So that right there is very scary, and it kind of shows the self hate that we have for each other.
yeah,
And I don't have all the answers. I'm never going to sit up here and say I got all the answers. Like I'm some type of philosopher that can tell you how to stop everything. I can give a couple of solutions of what I think may work, but I know those are some of the things right there. It's just like but then that people are not willing to forgive.
yeah,
People are not willing to forget, and in some cases, like, can you blame them?
yeah,
Somebody kill your friend, your brother, your cousin, your uncle. Like you supposed to just sit back and just take it,
yeah,
and it goes on and on. And when you talk to these young dudes, these are the type of gripes that they're talking about. One thing is like, all right, I had to go make money, I had to sell this and that, but he killed my friend, he killed my brother. What I'm supposed to do? Ask God to forgive him and pray for him? Everybody ain't doing all that shit.
yeah,
Everybody's not sitting back and taking a passive, posture. Some guys is going out and enacting revenge or whatever they call it, and in turn, you're taking away, yourself and that person. So it's two birds with one stone for the system. So again, I don't have all the answers. I think it's sad, but then it's like the cliche thing. It's sad. I'm sorry.
yeah, yeah.
Condolences. I hope this don't happen again. Then it happens
Again,
again.
yeah,
So this kind of leads us into the next subject, because Charlie Mack
yeah.
saying, man, he feels like Philly should be under martial law. We'll check that out.
He had a very lengthy um thought to what
Right.
happened to Phat Geez, and I'm gonna read it and get your thoughts, bro. He said, "I pray that Allah accepts this young and Phat Geez right here and makes his grave spacious. I hear folks say this one hurts, but they all hurt. I'm very disappointed in the way these youngins have absolutely no respect and regard for their own lives. It's sad that death is the only option to resolve an issue. I'll keep saying, learn how to use your brain and hands if that doesn't work. Where are all those days where you could go out having an amazing night, and if you got out of hand, you use your hands, not guns? It's a lost form of setting your differences with one another. I hear folks say this has to stop. There's a way to end this madness, but I'm sure the citizens in our communities would have major problems in pushing back with the restoring of order by any means necessary, i.e., oh God, martial law. In my humble opinion, We've been lost the fight, but order can most certainly be restored in our city. The talks of marches aren't going to get it done. The saying goes as follows. The definition of insanity is you can't do the same thing looking for a different result. People said the parents, yes, have some culpability, but this plague is bigger than a few parents. The state, city, neighborhoods, and the citizens in the hood has to call for the change that is much needed. The administration can only do what you all empower them to do, and it's only ask of when you lose a direct loved one. But to me, we're all one said family in the inner city that must be banned, and make a plea to our governor and our mayor and the city council that support and need change. Not talking and marching again with balloon releases and candlelight vigils. None of the bring about change and resolve to the hemorrhaging in our city. If you are all tired, we'll need a ban and demand that our civil leaders get active and end this psychotic nonsense now. There will be no next generation shortly with all the young bulls dying, killing anyone in sight. How are any of us not fed up and applying major pressure in our city to claim martial law? It's extreme time we're living in, and we're in need of extreme measures to be taken. And then he asked for our thoughts, so I'll ask for yours right now.
You know what, man? I respect what he's saying. I'll never sit up and act like I don't respect him and what he's saying, and I know he means well. But when I hear martial law, I hear Band-Aid on the problem, right? I hear coming in, but that's not going to change, the fact that dude need money. That's not going to change the fact that his stomach is touching his back, that his mom ain't got no job. He ain't got no job. His mom is strung out on drugs, this, that, and the third. The lights, bills getting cut off. So you got to go make $1 no matter what. I don't give a damn if it's 10 sodas on the side of the road, or 10 police. I got to go make my $1 at the end of the day.
Right.
And as long as you make your $1, you're in the underworld. That comes with gun, killing, and all that stuff that comes with the street life. So my petition will be to the city, would be maybe you do that as a temporary Band-Aid, but more long term, what are we going to do to get these youth engaged? What are we going to do to make sure that these youth ain't got to be out in the street? What are we going to do to make sure that these dudes can actually, these young brothers can get some type of work? You know what I mean? As opposed to jumping onto the street. Maybe they can get some type of skills. A classic example is the brother down there in Georgia, Albany, Georgia. Man, King Randall. Mm-hmm. More things like that into the city. I know there's some things they probably have, so I'm not trying to have nothing, but more programs like that where these young brothers and sisters are caught young and they're able to hone their talents young, as opposed to, I got family and stuff that live in Philly, and I know that they don't have a lot of programs. Like a lot of stuff that we have here on our side of Jersey, they don't have in the inner city like that, where kids can go do all these different type of, extracurricular activities. They out of school and they home, they back in the hood, partaking in everything else that's going on. So that will be one thing. The next thing will be people got to stand up. The brothers, the sisters, all the Muslim communities, because it's a heavy Muslim population. Y'all got to stand up. The community's got to stand up. We seen the old movies and whatnot where they had block captains and things like that, and it was just like, all right, y'all not selling drugs here. If we had to go to war with the drug dealers, that's what we're going to do. If we got to go to war with the pimps, the prostitutes, and the fiends, that's what we got to do, because that shit ain't happen on this block. That's what changes communities, when a man stand up and be like, nah, Joe, chill. My mom, she's from Philly. She told me back in the day, before it was a shooting, they would come out and tell people, look, it's about to be a shooting. Clear the block. We don't have dignity. And I'm not saying that, that's cool to shoot the block up.
Right.
But it's like it was a different code of ethics that we had amongst each other back then that we don't have. People are not going to fight you. They ain't trying to get close. I'm going to go shoot this nigga. Mm-hmm. I see him standing on the block. I'm taking him out. I'm killing the op. Twisting his head back, whatever the case, whatever they say, on the street. So even though I applaud Brother Charlie Mack, I just think martial law is just another Band-Aid, just like we want to add more police. What is that really doing at the end of the day?
Yeah.
But feeding us to the prison industrial complex. But I'll let you go ahead and get it in, man.
We need martial law where it starts in our community first, and you touched right on it toward the end of your observation on the situation. We need the community to stand up. We need to let them know. Listen, we're shutting this shit down. Enough's enough. No more. We declare martial law on our own goddamn self. We don't need the government to come in here with their guns, regulate shit. This is our community. These are our people, and we need to start building this motherfucker up right. You said it starts in certain places where these kids need something to fucking do. There's nothing to do. There's no opportunity. There's no ambition for them to know that they can do something outside of what they're doing, because anybody that they look up to are doing exactly what they're getting into, and it's killing them. And that kind of starts in school too, bro.
Oh, yeah,
So what's up with the school system when we can have teachers that relate and look and act and can kind of talk to these kids in a way that they can learn? So we can start establishing curriculums to where we can start intriguing or sparking these young kids' minds to have the ambition of not only want to stay in school, but fucking do well in school and take that to higher points. See, when you have ambition, you have things to look forward to. I remember in school, I had so many things that I looked forward to. I wasn't trying to go smoke. I wasn't trying to go drink yet. Because I needed to go play ball, or I needed to go do this concert. I needed to do this. And I was so committed to these things. If I didn't have them, I damn sure would have been into all of these things because my people were into all of these things.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it starts at such a ground level, and then it builds because the killers and the prostitutes and the pimps are in these schools being developed as we speak.
Whew.
They start at 13 years old, Olga.
Yeah.
Like I said, I know a young boy that died at 13 a couple weeks ago.
Right.
Viciously murdered in Brooklyn at 13.
Yep.
It's happening now. That's not long. So,
yes,
man, we got to declare martial law on ourselves, man. And this is a washing that not only a Philadelphia community needs, but an Atlantic City, a Chicago, a L.A., you know what I mean? Wherever you're at in the city of Buffalo, Wisconsin, wherever you're at in the city where this is going on. We all need a cleansing, man, and it's going to start with us, because if you think they give a damn about us, we're not in these meetings, we're not in the board meetings, we're not sitting there talking about and getting laws rectified or our school system situated, so they doing whatever the fuck they want over there. We got to establish us and then get up in there and start getting it right for everything, man, but enough with the cliche and just, I don't know, no more talk, bro.
Yeah.
No more talk.
Yeah, because unfortunately somebody died after that.
Yeah.
Gonna die tonight,
Yep.
tomorrow, all summer about to be lit, crazy. And the cliche stuff gotta stop. If you're gonna petition to the things that we said and some funding to build up these communities and, you know, and fund some of these young minds out there. That's what I would, say. Not saying that martial law is completely out of the picture, but it's just a Band-Aid. And I think we both agreed on that.
Facts.